Hello, and welcome back to making a tabletop RPG in 30 days. We are on day 5 at the moment. Uh, Yesterday we made some basic traveling mechanics, and there's one thing I really quickly want to add to this, which is I want the game to not just be random encounters. So I want to write down something here just so I don't forget it. Encourage GMs GM to make pre-planned encounters to replace one of the random ones each journey to create a more handcrafted uh yesterday I talked about maybe making a random encounter table today, but I thought about it a bit, and I think I want to make a sort of rudimentary map first. And I don't think I want to make the map today, because I want to figure out how to do it in a good way. So I think I'll experiment with that a bit off stream whenever I have the chance, and I don't really today. So I think we're gonna make some other stuff today, maybe some rudimentary abilities. Oh, also, I'm going to delete this class because I think having, what did I just do down here? Remove that. I think having both of these is redundant. These can just be one thing. Let's limit our. This I want because I think this concept of having a deity that basically picks up the souls no one else wants, very like interesting. Maybe this is like a lower powered, and it doesn't really have followers. It just picks people up in the afterlife. I really like that conceptually. And I think this is just like, it can encompass all of those things. It doesn't have to be separated out. I think we're gonna make some abilities. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Uh, for this one, I want this to be sort of the magic class. This is like such a boring name. I'm just gonna rename it to like Siren or something for now, because that at least sounds cool. For my own inspiration's sake, it has to be like cool on some level. So what do we actually do with abilities then? Valkyrie is probably the easiest to design for now because it's the combat class. It has some interesting stuff it can do, that isn't really tied to the setting so much. It can just have like combat abilities. So let's see what we can figure out here. Obviously this is Norse mythology inspired, and we do have a skill down. Where did we put the skills? Are they at the bottom? Traveling. Card mechanics. Here. We have a skill called runes. Obviously, runes is like a very Norse thing. And I think maybe we're going to allow them to have like weapon enchantments. But maybe the Valkyrie can do them on the fly, sort of. Um, uh, Let's do this. Uh, uh, what's the... Is it scrivening? That is the word for creating... Scrivening? Is that the term for it? It's an archaic form of writing. What's... Obviously, in stone, you like chisel runes, but... Hmm. In inscription. Let's do that. Uh, at the start of each journey... No, before. You may inscribe any number of weapons. The party's non-magical weapons with an elemental rune. You can pick a different element for each weapon. And the weapon will gain the damage type of the scribed rune until the end of the journey. So you can make a fire weapon, an ice weapon, so you get like damage types. Do we need to make... I don't think we need to make a thing for that just yet. I think this is a pretty cool ability. Yeah. Oh, I want to go write one ability for Dreamer. Uh, before making a skill test, you you may choose to use this ability to perform the test using the dreaming skill instead of the normal skill. That seems excessive. Can you just do that? In You may choose to permanent swap your skill level, your two different. Yeah, so you're like, oh, I don't actually want dreaming. I'm gonna swap that to having 3 in divination instead. And I'm just gonna keep that forever. You can just keep doing this. I think that's like a cool and interesting thing. Um uh yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Mm. Do. Let's put that aside for now. Hmm. Um. Whenever you succeed on a skill test, you may look at the top card of the deck and place it either back on top or at the bottom of the deck. It's either at the top or bottom of the deck. Hmm. Reset of fortune. Shuffle the discard pile back into the deck. I think that's a pretty cool ability to have. So if you've seen a lot of good cards, you can just like, oh, we're just gonna shuffle everything back in, and deck's gonna be good again. I think that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Um, you may spend soul, so not burn it. It's not sacrifice. It's just a minor thing equal to its value to discard it instead. Maybe that's too strong. Hmm. Let's put your initials, the discard back into the deck. That's very cool. Mm, I want to wait with the demon abilities a bit. Maybe? Hmm. Uh, are immune to all fear effects. I figured some like truly terrifying monster might have like a fear or terrifying aura. You are just immune to all of it because you're from hell and you're not really scared of stuff. I think that makes sense to me. Um, I like this being the card manipulation class. I like Dreamer to just be weird stuff. Um, they're going to be sort of the analog to the. In my main game, I have the Alice in Wonderland class that just does a bunch of weird stuff. I think this is going to be the version for this game. I'm gonna try not to steal a bunch of abilities from there. I but yeah, I just like having someone who's just like a weirdo and all their abilities are strange. I think that's cool. Um, I'm really tempted to just do. How many skills are there? There are 15 skills. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to do a little bit of differentiation here. I think this could be really cool. Um, just start with one rank in everything. Uh, you are the jack of all trades. Um, instantly gain a common item of your choice. It was on your person this whole time. I always like these kind of abilities. They're fun. They're cool. This could be a weapon. I think common items are just anything non-magical or supernatural in origin. Obviously, everything's sort of supernatural since you're in the afterlife, but like you could just have a sword on you. You can't have like Excalibur on you. I think these are both like weirdo classes. This is specifically the you are nothing special, um, and that makes you special kind of thing. How do we make this really interesting? I want this to be very like supporty class, maybe. Like you assist with a bunch of stuff. Um, hmm. Um, I'm trying to think if I want generic sacrifice abilities. I think I do. Maybe we do something about that. It would be in the here. Mhm. Um, Making this sacrifice. Your next attack counts as a critical hit. You do not need to as a critical. You don't need to perform a test to hit. Um, After making this sacrifice, you automatically succeed on the next skill test. You do not need to to. No, I don't think we need to do anything here. Can you just do this? Um, After making this sacrifice, heal a character you can touch. Equal to twice the amount of health Uh, value uh, amount of soul burned by this sacrifice. I think this is too low. I want this to be like a big thing. So like if you flip a 5, that should still heal a lot. 10 times. So if you flip a 1, you still heal them for 10. If you flip a 10, they get max help, but you've lost 10% of your like permanent soul. So I think that's fine. Do we need more things than these 3? Hmm. Mm. After this, after making this sacrifice, um, discard all cards one pile of face down journey cards. You do not resolve an encounter during that journey step. And you traveling unimpeded. Let's do like that. Yeah, these are some generic ones. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah. Here we'll do a sort of counter spell ability, I think. You are targeted by a spell. You have advantage on any resistance check tests. Minor sacrifice. Before completely negate the spell. instead. Of making a resistance test. Sacrifice in spell target someone else. Hmm. This is we're slowly getting places. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I still have 30 minutes left to go, and I'm kind of stuck on what to do at the moment. Because I can keep just making more abilities. But I feel like I'm not talking very much. I'm being very quiet. But maybe that's fine. I'm mostly doing the videos to keep myself on track anyway. So I don't think it's too bad if I just sort of just work for a while and not be overly talkative. I want this to be like a supporting class. I want this to just have weird stuff. I'm not sure what I want demon to be yet. I just really like the idea of playing demons. I want this to be sort of the sorcerer class. I want this to be basically ranged combat, tracking abilities. Um, Thematically, I want this to be like Kindred from League of Legends, if you're familiar. Um, I want this to be like tank combat character, and I want this to be sort of like an in between. Like it has weapons and it has like magic, but it's not. It's sort of like in between of everything. Maybe some lifesteal effects. You're like a Grim Reaper. That's sort of cool. Um, Maybe stuff with banishing spirits. But I think most enemies should be like spirits. Not entirely sure. Hmm. I was really hyped to do some work today, but now that I'm sitting down, I'm like not really sure what to add at the moment. Maybe we pivot and do some other types of writing for now. Um, I did have like a core game mechanic thing I wanted to add. I'm not sure where to put it. Game mechanics. Because I thought about this and I kind of want to write it down somewhere. Characters don't need to sleep or eat or drink because you're not like living characters. Uh, you can just constantly travel. As the player characters are not um, creatures and not simple beings and not simple biological creatures, they have no requirement for things like food, drink, or even sleep. That said, they do require some amount of rest. And they are capable of eating or drinking. It's just not necessary for them to sustain themselves. The way the player characters restore their energies is by visiting a haven and recharging from the I kind of want to stray away from the term holy. I'm just gonna write energies generically. Is this correctly spelled? I think, yeah, it is. This is not correctly spelled. That's pretty cool. So you don't actually need to eat or drink. You're capable of, because I think that could be interesting. But it's more like eating for fun. I think the goal of characters, what are the characters' motivations to do all of this? They've sort of been voluntold to do this. The end goal for the characters is after their service is concluded, they have earned the right to either join their haven as no, they're resting. So or to transfer to another haven. I'd imagine this would be the goal mostly of the demons, that if they provide the service of traveling and securing souls, they are then allowed to leave hell. I think that's like a good motivation. Let's write some stuff about the havens, actually. I kind of want to codify what they are. Which page are we on? Where are we? Are we here? Yeah. Yeah, let's like put it over here somewhere. Havens. Let's do the neutral one first, which I sort of wanted to name Styx. But I'm not sure that's like an actual good name. Um, I'm just gonna name it Border Town for now. The first location. Souls arrive to in the afterlife. Let's go that bold. Created just at the edge of reality. This sprawling city. Host myriad of myriad of people and creatures. Who built it? Who the original founder once was has been lost to time. But now it serves mostly as a way station for the souls for new arrival before they are sorted into their respective havens. This sorting process is slow and laborious. Is that how you spell it? I think so. Legal process where representatives from the various other haven petition the courts or ship over the new souls. Some souls are heavily contested by many of the gods, while others slip through a system with little fanfare. While there are countless cases taking place every moment, at any moment, and the endless chambers of the Hall of Judgment uh, are booked for all eternity. There remains an increasingly large backlog of waiting souls. These souls are typically suspended in non-corporeal form as they wait century or millennia for their time to be heard. Sometime when a particularly notable person arrives, the afterlife, common interest, or direct petitions might allow them to skip the queue. Once a soul's destination has been determined, a group of scopes chosen from various different havens to Inferno Marcia. See? Escort them to their final resting place. There are strict rules to how many representatives each haven may deploy. deploy to the Hall of Judgment to ensure that the larger havens cannot simply overwhelm the smaller with pure numbers. While the Hall of Judgment does not have their own deity, they do have their own habitant souls. They were the no, these souls typically work as judges and fulfill other roles within the system of judgment, but also what's municipal? What does that mean? Yeah, municipal other, but also other municipal roles within the city. While rare, the just occasionally decide that a newly arrived soul is to be to the judgments instead of another haven, and when they do so, none can really hope to stop them. Um, well, the Hall of Judgments is like a very important historical, not historical landmark, but like a very important cultural location. But I don't think I want the entire realm to be called the Hall of Judgment. I want that to be like a feature of it. I don't want it called Border Town either. Um, we could just have like some way vague fancy name like the Twilight City. To be like the name of the realm, and because it stands between reality and unreality, between life and the afterlife. It's a kind of cheesy-ish name, but it does also sound kind of cool, I guess. I'll keep that for now. Where's the next we'll do I think we'll continue. I realize I have a few minutes left, but I also have RP starting in 2 minutes with my regular group. So I think I should call it here. I'm pretty happy with the progress today. We didn't really quite do what I planned to originally, but we made a few abilities. We started on the actual story, and yeah, did we actually do today? Let's review. We had a little bit of extra text to this. We added generic sacrifice abilities, which I think is good because then we don't step on these when we make character abilities later. We wrote down this. I think I will keep this. We could obviously just remove this if we wanted to. But I kind of like this idea to kind of differentiate yourself from other games where the characters are not actual living beings in the same sense that you normally are in a game. You don't have to stop for camp, really. You probably do because your characters need to rest, but you don't actually need sleep. You don't need to eat. You can do it just because you like it, but you don't need it to function. Might make it a actual class ability where you can eat to regain strength. That would be interesting. Which is also why resting doesn't restore any of your stats in this game. We added a bit of lore there, a few abilities. Yeah, we didn't accomplish too much today, but we got some stuff done. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see what we do tomorrow. I kind of want to start working on the map, but I also kind of want to write out what the havens are to give myself a bit more of a world sense. We'll see what we feel inspired to do. I'm also not sure if I want to do the map in Affinity or if I want to do it in like a vector art program or in like GIMP or something. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. We might just keep expanding on the game lore. It's kind of nice to have it done early, as you can use it as inspiration for other things. But I will call it here for now, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.